Wendy may not be 100%, but she's not far from it. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Girl Uncensored. It's your girl Cece, the pop culture it girl, and I'm back with another video. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Please hit that like and subscribe button because we are a growing channel over here. And if you are returning, welcome back to the Negro Shenanigans. I want to jump right in because I got to go to work. It is 3:14 where I am, and I got to be on the road by 4:15, between 4:15 and 4:30. And y'all know I work at the plant, so Operation Get CC out the plant. Hit that like and subscribe button so we can get me out of there because that's no place for me. I just got my hair done and I'm feeling myself, but that's neither here or there. Let's get into Wendy. Okay, Wendy Williams spoke to Charlamagne the Guy and DJ Envy and Lauren and Just Hilarious over there at the Breakfast Club. I'm hot as hell, so y'all gonna see me doing this a lot. And she also spoke with Don Lemon today. So basically, we haven't heard from Wendy in a very long time. We got an understanding of what her situation is. You guys know that she's been battling her conservatorship for a couple of years now, 3 years to be exact. And the lady, Miss Sabrina Morrissey, is the person that is her conservative. And it has been a living nightmare for her. According to Wendy, her life is fucked up, okay? She described where she's at a luxury prison. She has one window and she's isolated. All she does is like listen to the radio or watch TV all day. We learned a lot of disturbing things. It's hard for her to do anything. She has $15 to her name to be exact. It's hard for her to get visitors. Lauren had that guest stars on the Breakfast Club sometimes. She was on the phone with Wendy Williams, I guess, yesterday, and she was trying to see her. She got through halfway. Was able to sign in. You know, they knew who she was there to see, and while she was waiting to go further to see Wendy, security came. Like, don't nobody hear by that name. You gotta leave. And it's like they have her under this tight, like, security, and nobody has been able to see her. She has a phone where she can't receive calls, but she can call out. But her actual phone with all of her contacts, the conservator has that. And even Wendy said it on the Don Lemon show. She was like, I've never even heard of a phone where you can't get calls, but you can call out. Like, she is very frustrated. If you listen to the interview, because a lot of people, I saw a few comments about it. Wendy, that's her thing. She's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you look at any of my videos, I say that. I think I got that mix from between. I got that from Wendy myself. Just you know, I think Wendy and Tamar. It's just a thing. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to hear me say that a lot. I get that from her. But Wendy Williams, that's what she says. So that's a part of her, you know, that's how she speaks. On the Breakfast Club, she didn't talk about the dementia. On the Don Lemon show, there was no mention of it at all. She actually strayed away from even mentioning anything about it. On the Don Lemon show, you know, Don is on his reporter-ish, so he was asking the questions about her dementia because she's made it very clear that she is not incapacitated. But people want to know, well, what about the dementia? And she don't speak on it too much. However, she is fully aware that she can't speak on a lot of things. So you can tell that Wendy, yes, is she 100% there? No. Is she far from it? No. I will give Wendy a good 80-85%. I want to say 90. I'm not going to push 90, but I mean, honestly, it just really depends. But she made it very clear that she's not incapacitated. So a lot of us don't understand why she can't be with her family. Why is it such a tight grip on her? And according to her, you know, this lady is making money off of her. It was really sad because her attempt to see Lauren yesterday, it was like she's being punished for that. The lady Sabrina told her that she don't have her cats anymore. This whole time, Wendy thinking that her twin cats are, you know, maybe just okay and safe. And she basically like, oh, yeah, you don't have your cats no more. And, you know, you visiting your dad for his 94th birthday, which is next month. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be on the table anymore. Like, it's like a threat. And it's just really weird. I can tell that Wendy has always been a rambler. So, of course, in older age, you know what I'm saying? If you kind of mix in the alleged dementia, then that's going to be, whatever is who she's always been, it's going to be that with just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? However, see, I'm saying it. I say it all the time. But I can tell that she's there because there's certain questions that they ask on both interviews. She goes around it because there's certain things she can't say. She has to be she has to watch what she says so things won't be necessarily used against her. But she also understands that there is something legal going on, because everybody wants to know how the hell did she get caught up with a Sabrina. One of the things that she did say to Don, not on the Breakfast Club, because they tried to ask that, and Wendy know how to dance around a question, but she also knows how to bring it back without anybody having her to do so. I'm going to get into that. But on the her niece on the Breakfast Club ended up saying a little down the line that there is some things that it's still a legal action, so it's a legal battle, so they can't really go into how she got there. But on the Don show, she makes it very, something she did say, she said the Sabrina lady was there, supposed to be there to help her. That's not what happened. So, also she's doesn't say too much because she's aware that she can't speak about a lot of things. That's why she dances around it. Not because she's confused. It's because she knows that certain things she can and can't say. Wendy is very much there. She is very much there. And then everybody's favorite part right now is when they talked about the Diddy thing. When they asked her about Diddy, my favorite part of this interview, which further, you have to be a real true Wendy watcher and fan to know Wendy likes to walk you through. I think that's why I love her, because I'm a storyteller too. She got to walk you through the steps to get to where she to the destination. And they asked her, and she was like, you guys take a look.
Talk about that to prove that she's not cognitively
all that
impaired.
Stuff she's been talking for years.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Right. Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I see me on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird seeing me on TV when I'm caught in this position. You know what I'm saying? The other day I was watching Cookout, and there I am in the first opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Season 1, episode 13, there I am on Martin. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
She still got
Diddy done. Do-da day.
How you doing?
I love that she let y'all know, listen, people she letting you know that she's watching TMZ, and when they bring Diddy up, of course, Wendy gets thrown into it because people are talking about what she said back in the day. And so she's talking about how she sees herself, just like she sees herself on Cookout, just like she sees herself on the Martin. And look what she did. She rounded that thing. And as far as Diddy, because she did not forget what y'all were saying, because a person who's not familiar with Wendy would probably think like, well, she still didn't answer the question. Oh, baby, she was walking you through that. And that's when she said Diddy is done. Diddy, like whatever she said, that is classic Wendy. And like she said, there's some things that we don't know. But it's heartbreaking. There was a point in the interview where she was crying, and Wendy is really good with getting it together. She'll break down for a minute. She'll throw a little joke in there. But her dad is 94 years old, or it's about to be. Baby, when you get over the age of 80, every day is just like, oof. It's a blessing. But 90s, baby, when you if you're over 90, waking up is like a surprise. It's like another day. Look at God. It's like, I feel like being in your 90s, especially mid to 90, you're almost 100. Anything over 90 is kind of like, it's like exciting. It's just like, ooh, look at me making it through another day. Like, what in the hell? You're close to 100 years old. And her dad, it seems to be in, good enough health from what we can see. And however, you have to know that it's over 90 years old. So he's not promised tomorrow. That's her father. Why can't she be with her family, her son? And it's just, what y'all gonna do? Let her go to the funeral? When she doesn't have that much time with her dad? She already lost her mom, and she was dealing with all types of stuff with the divorce and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, see, I'm doing it. But I told y'all, go look at any video. I do it all the time. There's a petition. I'm going to find the link and put it in the description of this video. I know they got a GoFundMe, but they got a change.org or something like that for people to sign a petition. I believe that everybody that's on YouTube, I keep looking at myself because I'm cute, y'all. Everybody that's on YouTube that is spilling the tea, hot topics, and all this other stuff, y'all would not be here if it wasn't for Wendy Williams. Let's be very, very clear about that. Y'all would not, none of us would be here talking about celebrity topics and even whether it's the salacious way that you do it or in a comical way like I do it. We would not be here if it wasn't for that woman. I wanted to be on radio because of Wendy when I was little. You know, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So everybody really should be pushing for this. Y'all free Britney Spears. And it's a little bit questionable whether or not that Britney needed to be free. So it's kind of like, maybe everybody's like, no, she's been locked up for so long. Let her twirl. Okay, if Britney Spears can twirl in them little ass panties, doing the same move with smudged eyeliner every single day and saying some off the wall shit online sometimes, if she could be left alone and doing that, there's no reason why Wendy can't at least be with her family. We're not asking for her to be by herself and take care of herself, but she should be under the guardianship of people who actually give a damn about her. And this is just sad and sick. And where she lives, she says she has one window. She's there with 80, 90-year-olds. It's not a place for her. It has to be something we do not know, because why in the hell is this happening? And it's very sad. I hope we all can band together. I don't want to hear people saying, oh, well, this is what Wendy gets. Y'all are very, very, I don't want to say fickle, but I guess fickle could be a word. That's not what I'm trying to go with it. Y'all pick and choosy. You know, it's so funny how before the Diddy stuff started to happen and when he was going through her things, everybody was talking about that's karma, that's what she gets. Even though you got tabloids that's been out since the beginning of time. You have other people who report news that we hear. It's just the way that her commentary is. And yeah, did she spill some tea? Did she out some people? But she apologized for a lot of those things. She's not the only person in the world that's doing that. However, when the Diddy stuff happened, everybody was looking for her, missing her everywhere, talking about what Whitney would have said, how she would have said it. Y'all missed that energy. Y'all was holding her before that, though. But now that she's been trying to tell y'all who Diddy was all this time, everybody wants, because Wendy, there's nobody like Wendy. There's nobody that could give a story like Wendy, whether you agree with her or not. It was entertaining. No, there is no Wendy Williams. Nobody on YouTube is a Wendy Williams. Now, granted, I have my show, the Lux Talk Podcast, and when I changed the name back because it was Girl Uncensored, I had changed because I was going to start posting on Facebook, but you know what? I decided to change my mind because Lux Talk Podcast, I had that for since from 2019, and I probably did the last few episodes last year, and I wanted to keep that because that is a very special place for me. Like that, it was like my own show, you know. And a lot of people used to say I remind them of Wendy Williams. I don't get offended by that because that just means I'm entertaining. I'm not as salacious. I could be. I'm not as salacious as a Wendy Williams. However, that means I give off an energy that is missing. But let's be very clear. I'm not a Wendy Williams. I'm Cece. Okay? However, nobody can fill that void. There's a void missing. And it's very, very evident and it's very, very clear. And she needs to be given her flowers. Wendy Williams gave us some of the most funniest, salacious, entertaining interviews of all time. And a lot of us wouldn't even be able to be on YouTube talking the way that we talk, or all these blogs and all of that came from. So everybody needs to be banding together, whether you're a fan or not. This white woman is enslaving Wendy Williams. We need to call it what it is. It's even worse because it's a white woman doing it and threatening her. And it's very nasty. And for her not to have her cats, and I need you to understand, early dementia, isolating somebody from their family or normal activities that they're normally used to doing, that's going to increase it. I think what's the statistic, like about 60%? I know there's some studies that say that it's a large increase of dementia when you are isolated. So I have a theory. I feel like the conservative wants to keep her isolated because she knows that can make whatever her issues mentally worse. But Wendy is a fighter. And what you're listening to in these interviews, she's been fighting. Especially when she's sound mind. You take away the alcohol because the alcohol makes it worse. Wendy Williams is a fighter, and she is still here fighting to get away. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, Sabrina, it ain't working. But just know that keeping her away from her loved ones and locked up like that, like a prison, that's making it worse. And that's what makes me feel like this is what this woman wants. She's not incapacitated, but Sabrina wants her to be. So I hope and pray that this woman and anybody out there that is dealing with this, that's not being publicized because they're not a public figure, that's going through this, I pray that everybody gets help. I know one of my friends working to the financial institutions. I used to work in banking as well, and he had a client who the conservator took all of their money. They had nothing, and that's sad as hell. Wendy got $15 to her name with her Hermes bag. Like, what? So that's all I wanted to say. I just want to give my commentary on it before I go to work. I'm about to get this cut up real quick. I ain't even cut up. I'm just gonna leave it to y'all raw the way it is, and tell me what you all think. And how did you guys take Wendy's? Like, what did you perceive about her interviews? Like I said, she's not 100%, but she ain't far from it. The fact that she's able to walk you through, I can tell that she was not trying to mention certain things. She understands that there are some legalities to her situation. She talks around a lot of things because she can't speak on it. Not because she's confused. You can tell that. Because she brings it back. She takes you up. Let me tell you something as well. Let me tell you something that Wendy's good at. And I saw it with Don. Because Don is a reporter. Don was coming from a standpoint of, I mean, he has a love for Wendy as well, but he's also trying to get to it. So he would kind of cut her off a little bit because he saw that she was rambling and try to get to the root. However, Wendy's been doing this for a very long time, and she used to do it on the show when people try to, they're what's it called? Trained. What's the PR trained? But it's another name for it. I can't think of the name right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Media trained. And where you ask a question and then the person dance around it and take you to somewhere else and you just forgot what the hell that you were originally asking. So Wendy's really good with that, and I kind of saw that little dance between her and Don. But also, it's explained as well certain things I can't say and I'm not going to say because I don't want nothing to be held against me, and there's some legalities going on with it. So Don was trying to pull her on her, vice versa. But not in a mean way, though. It's just like he's trying to get the story. He's trying to get some information. And she's going to give you what she said. Point blank, period. Forget everything that you heard. Forget anything that you want to ask me. I want out of this. This is a prison. I don't want to be here. I want to be in Miami with my family. Point blank, period. So let me know what you all think. And please like and subscribe to the channel because I am on my way. See this hair? Look at me. I don't need to be going to nobody's plant. I work at one of the big threes, but I don't give a damn about that. I don't need to be in nobody's plant, okay? And y'all know I'm an actress. If you ain't know, I'm an actress. I got a movie coming out called What About Your Friends that I wrote. And yes, it'll be on Tubi, but it ain't your regular Tubi movie because I wrote it and it's a difference. It's a big difference between me and you. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'll just be going. Nikki, my spirit animal sometimes, but because she's a Sag too. But anyways, I don't need to be there. So like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel growing. We almost to 1,000 subscribers, and let's just keep this train rolling. But free Wendy. They say you could do hashtag free Wendy on social media and get on that petition to, free her like y'all free Britney Spears ass. This your girl CT with Girl Uncensored. Bye.